guys, so today I have another haul video for y'all, and this one I'm calling my fall drugstore haul, but it's not technically a ton of like fall related items, but it is the fall season and I did go to the drugstore to pick up beauty products, so that's what we're going with. So this is a very collective haul. I have items from Ulta, Walmart, Target, kind of a bunch of different drugstore, convenience store locations. So there's a couple items that are exclusive to specific locations, but everything that I did pick up is in the drugstore price range and nothing is going to be a high-end item. So I'm really excited about this haul because I kind of went with my mind thinking I wanted some different things for the fall time season, such as something that'll give me a nice tan or something that is going to be a little bit deeper in tone, something that I would be using more in the fall and winter season as far as kind of trends and makeup styles go. However, I did also go wanting to pick up some new items that I've never tried before, and I'm actually really excited about this drugstore haul, which is kind of different for me because usually my drugstore cosmetic hauls, I'm kind of like, I don't know if it'll be the best item ever, I don't know if it's the best product, it's super cheap, it's drugstore, so sometimes I don't have like the most excited intentions going into a drugstore haul, but this one I'm super pumped about. Every single item that I got, I'm really, really excited. So the first item that I have to share with y'all is from the brand Sonia Kashuk, which is a brand that's exclusive to Target, and it's kind of one of those like middle range drugstore lines. Like it's not super inexpensive drugstore prices, but it's not those top-notch like high-end expensive pricing. It's kind of in the middle. Their products can be in the $20, $30 range, which can be quite a bit for the drugstore. But when we're talking brushes, that's a pretty dang good deal. And these were actually on clearance. I got this entire brush set for $25.88. So this is a limited edition set, and it is the Sonia Kashuk Color Craze 10-piece brush set. So let's look at it. So this is what the set looks like. You've got a big domed fluffy brush here, and then you've got like a blush brush, and then you've got more like foundation type brushes in here, and then a bunch of eye brushes over here. But I feel like this is gonna be a really good size for blush. And this also reminds me of the blush brush from Sephora actually, so that's cool. So these two brushes were definitely the two I was most excited about in the set. The rest are kind of just like extras in my book, but for $25, like that's a good deal. So hopefully these are really good. I'm super excited. This one's like a foundation brush. It's like really dense. Oh, that's like super dense. I don't even like, one thing though, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of freaks me out is the color of the bristles. I don't know why I think that's weird, but it freaks me out that they're so green. Like, is this gonna put dye on my face? Like, is this gonna be like really bad for me? How much synthetic coloring is in here? I have two e.l.f. items here, and these have both been on my list for a minute. The HD powders, the high definition loose powders from e.l.f. are really, really good. And these are just like a really finely milled, light, loose powder. And I wish they would come out with pressed powders that are the same like HD formula because I love HD powders. I wonder if they have pressed ones. I've never seen pressed ones, but their loose ones are super good, and this one is yellow. So you can see there that this is like a really true yellow shade, and a corrective yellow powder is really nice because it'll help to brighten the under eyes. My only complaint about these HD powders from e.l.f. is they get everywhere. Like they need a better packaging system because this looks nice, like the packaging is nice, but it gets all over the place. But anyways, I really love HD high definition powders. They're super convenient for setting your makeup. They're really finely milled so they don't look chalky or heavy on the skin. And I think it's so cool this one's yellow. I've never seen a yellow HD powder before, so I really wanted to try that one out. And then this is the blush palette from e.l.f. And I really was excited about this one when I first heard about it because the e.l.f. blushes, the studio line, are really, really good. And they're definitely not like high-end quality by any means, but for drugstore pricing, they are really, really good. And I was kind of like debating on this one because I heard amazing things about it, but I recently picked up like a huge blush palette from e.l.f. and I was kind of disappointed in it. So I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to go this route, but then Jaclyn Hill talked about this palette, and every single thing that Jaclyn Hill has recommended that I've gone out and purchased, I have loved. And I'm not just saying like, oh, it's pretty good, like it's not bad. Like every item that I've bought off of a Jaclyn Hill recommendation, I loved. So I was like, okay, if Jaclyn Hill likes this e.l.f. blush palette, it's gotta be good. So there are two different shades of these blush palettes. There's a light and there's a dark. So I got a dark one because I was really wanting to get some new darker shades for the fall time. And I think this is gorgeous. Like, I love this color palette. I think they did such a good job picking out these shades. I will wear every single color that's in here. And I think they're all so beautiful for the fall time. They would be gorgeous on deeper skin tones year round, but I think for the fall, these are really awesome colors for kind of deepening up your makeup. And I'm always trying to change up my look season to season, so I'm super pumped about it. I think this color here is beyond stunning. I love that shade. I love this one. I think they're all beautiful. And to be honest, these two really remind me of two shades that Becca Cosmetics has in their blushes that I love. So I'm super excited about this. This is one of those blush palettes that you can like pop the shades out.
And this is the quads that you can like pop the little blush shades out. I don't know how. Somehow they come out though. I'm scared I'm gonna break it. Come out. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen.
I didn't break it, don't worry. But I did swatch it and look how intense that is. Like, oh my goodness. Like, that blush, hello, that's beautiful. That's gonna be on my face soon. So be careful with these if you guys get them because they're really hard to pop out, and when you do pop it out, they go flying. So careful, but super excited about that. All right, the next two items that I have to share with y'all are from the Hard Candy line, and I believe this brand is exclusive to Walmart, and I picked up the Hard Candy Glow All the Way Tropical Tan Instant Bronze and Gradual Self Tanner. And I picked this up because Carly Bybel was talking about how she really likes these glow, like, products from Hard Candy, and I think hers was like the golden one, which is like a legit like yellow gold, but that one looked like it was gonna be too orange on me. And I do self tan a lot, even in the fall and winter season. I'm self tanned right now, and this is about as dark as I self tan usually. This is pretty dark for me. But I really wanted a product like this because sometimes your self tanner can get kind of like patchy on like the chest or on your like décolleté and neck area. So I wanted something to kind of add a little bit of color that was gonna kind of give a glow to the skin and make me look more like healthy and glowy, even though the sun is not out and we are not getting tan. And this one's cool because it actually has a real like gradual self tanner in it. So hopefully it doesn't smell bad, but it has color that goes tan. So that's pretty like brown looking. Oh, look how pretty. It's like a really, really bronzy color. Okay, cool. So that'll definitely give like a really glowy bronze look to the skin. And I don't feel like that looks super, super intense. Like, I think that looks really pretty and healthy and shimmery, but it doesn't look like, ooh, I just coated myself in a bronzing, glittery glow. The next product I picked up is the Hard Candy Glamma Flage Concealer, and this is like a super heavy duty concealer. And to be honest, this really is comparable to the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer in my opinion. The Kat Von D one is better, but if you were looking for insane coverage, this stuff has it. And they got a new shade. I don't know when they got this shade, but it's called Ultra Light. And when I picked up my concealer, it was honestly like 3 years ago, but I have one of these that's like super old, and they didn't have an ultra light back then. They just had a light, and I didn't even go through like half the product at all because a little bit goes a long way, but it just started getting really like gross and watery, and it smelled really bad. So I was like, ooh, we should get rid of that. And I picked up this one. So that's the concealer. And look how much freaking coverage you get out of that. Like, isn't that insane? That's a lot of coverage. And I'm super excited to see how light this is. Like, this is really, really light, which makes me so happy because I'm naturally really fair. And like I said, I do have my self tanner on right now, but when I am my natural fair tone, it's so hard for me to find concealers that are lighter than my skin, because when I contour and highlight, I like using brighter concealers under my eyes, and all the concealers I purchase are literally darker than my skin. So how are you supposed to highlight with that? So I'm super excited. This looks like it's gonna be so white. I'm not gonna lie though, guys, this concealer smells really bad. Like really bad. This smells like a really gross like paint. I don't know what's in it. That's kind of scary, but this smells bad. And the product also comes with like a little concealer pencil thing, and you can use this to help camouflage your tattoos if you are trying to do tattoo cover up. Okay, so moving on to Ulta. The number one thing that I was so excited about at Ulta was I actually ended up picking up the Real Techniques sponges. And these are complexion sponges created by Real Techniques. And I have heard about these for a very, very, very long time. A lot of people have been comparing these to beauty blenders. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I am obsessed with the beauty blender. And I have used so many different like dupes or basically sponges that are trying to be the beauty blender and aren't, and all of them have completely sucked. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Every beauty blender dupe or beauty blender wannabe I've tried has been worthless. And I know it's so bad, but after Jaclyn Hill talked about these, I was like, okay, fine, I will try them. So Jaclyn Hill mentioned in a video recently that she really liked the Real Techniques sponges, and I got this kit for two for $10. So they were only $5 each, which is really, really inexpensive. The Beauty Blender sponge is $20, which I completely think is worth every single penny. It is expensive for a sponge, but you have to realize it's not just like a disposable sponge. It's a very, very unique tool. And if these guys can compare, that'll be really cool because these are only $5 each. So I'm very excited to experiment with these. I really hope that I love them, and definitely leave me a comment down below if y'all have used the Real Techniques sponges before and if you think they compare to the Beauty Blender, because I want to hear your thoughts. So this is a new product from Neutrogena, and this is the Rapid Clear Stubborn Acne Spot Gel. And I have been using the Neutrogena On The Spot Acne Treatment for years. I love that spot treatment. I think it's amazing. And this one's a new one that's supposed to be more intense. So this one is a maximum strength benzoyl peroxide medication, and this one reduces the size and redness of acne in just 2 hours. And instead of having the 2.5% benzoyl peroxide that the On The Spot treatment has, this one has 10%. So I'm super excited to use this one. This is one of my favorite spot treatments next to the Kate Somerville Eradicate. That is also super amazing. So I'm super excited to give this one a go. I hope it works just as well, or even better would be awesome. Neutrogena is definitely one of my favorite lines for active breakouts, so I have very high hopes for this guy, and I'm super excited about it. So this next item is a Tati recommendation, and she recently mentioned in a video that she likes the Essence waterproof eyeliner pen, and she mentioned she didn't like the original, but she loves the waterproof. So I decided to pick this guy up. I am a huge fan of the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper, which is the original brush applicator liner. And that one works wonders for me. I love that liner. It's so user-friendly and it's just the best. So I have about 10 backups of that so that I never run out, but I'm always looking for a good drugstore alternative. So I picked this guy up, and it looks like it's gonna be really nice. It does really nice fine strokes, and it looks super, super black, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of control with it. So I'm excited to play with this one, and let me know if you guys have used it. And the Essence brand is like so inexpensive. I think this was $2.99, super, super cheap. If it does work well, then that is literally like $18 cheaper than my Kat Von D one. All right, and the last two items that I have to share with y'all are both complexion products. And the first one is a foundation, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Plus Balance foundation. And this is a stick foundation, and I've always not been interested in stick foundations like at all. And then recently I started experimenting with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick foundation, which is absolutely amazing. I love that foundation, but it's expensive. So I thought I would give this one a go just to see if I like other stick foundations. I know this one's not gonna be comparable with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD at all, because that foundation is very luminous, it's very creamy, and this one is a mattifying foundation. And I do have really dry skin naturally, so generally things that are shine-free or mattifying are not up my alley, but I've been using a lot of hydrating primers recently that give my skin a very, very glowy finish. And I do have the Becca one on today, and you can see my skin is so dewy today. So I've been loving that dewy complexion, and I feel like since I have those hydrating primers, I can probably get away with the mattifying foundation. And the one thing that really sold me on this foundation was the shade. This one is Porcelain, which is number 110, and it's really, really fair. Like, isn't that pretty dang light? That's a pretty light foundation. It's hard to find really fair foundations these days. All right, and the last item I have here is the Revlon Color Stay, and I've heard really good things about this concealer, but it's kind of pricey for the drugstore. I believe it's $10, and how big is this? This is 0.2 ounces, so it's not that big. I mean, that's fine. And this applicator seems a little nicer than some of the other drugstore applicators I've seen before. I really wish a drugstore brand could make an applicator though, like the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay. That applicator is awesome. But this concealer looks like it's gonna be really nice. It's super creamy, and I love that it's the Color Stay line because I'm always looking for my concealer to be longer wearing. So I'm excited to experiment with that, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be a really good under eye concealer. All right, guys, well, that's it for this drugstore beauty haul. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please leave me comments down below letting me know if you've used any of these products before, because I love hearing your thoughts and opinions before I try products out, because it's so much more fun to interact with y'all and kind of get your advice, and I can give you my advice, and we just are one big happy family. Definitely check out all my social media links that will be listed down below, and make sure to thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in a later video. Bye, guys.